Y'all, I have been really messing up this entire time and I didn't even realize it. It has just come to my attention today that I've never done a market update for the city of Miami. They've always been for the county of Miami-Dade. So I think it's about time that that changes right here, right now in this video. Jake Fletcher here with the Fletcher Group at eXp Realty, your Miami real estate agent. And today we're looking at the city of Miami, which is not to be mistaken with the county of Miami-Dade. And if you're wondering, the city of Miami is this area right here. So it includes downtown, Coconut Grove, Coral Way, Little Havana, Allapattah, Wynwood, all the way up here into Little Haiti. And, like I said, it's kind of crazy that I've never done an update for the city of Miami specifically. So we're looking at single family homes, condos. We're going to look at all the data that you guys need to know, all right? So definitely stick around to the end of the video because there's a whole bunch of information in this video that's going to be super interesting, and especially if you're looking to purchase a house anywhere in that area right there, you're definitely going to want to know this information. So let's go on ahead and get into it. So the first graph I want to show you guys today is this graph coming up for you right here, baby. So we're looking at median sale price and active number of listings for single family homes. So we're going to start with single family and then go to condos, and we're going to go back and forth between single families and condos, look at them separately because they're entirely different types of properties, okay? So as we can see here with these beautiful graphs, single family home median price is at $555,000 in the city of Miami in February. That's up 6.7% year over year when median prices were at $520,000 over in February over here. And that's up 48.6% since the pre-pandemic February of 2020, if we go over here. So 48.6% increase when median prices were $373,400, right around y'all, okay? So that's pretty crazy. Now, talking about supply here, which is our green line, supply is trending downwards since November. Currently, we're at 1,906 active listings in March so far, but that is up 254 units year over year, okay? So if we look right here versus over here, it's up 254 units, and that's a 15.4% increase from last March, okay? So let's look at condos now. On our red line here, median sale price for condos, we see that condos are at $415,000 in February, which is up 6.4% year over year when median prices were at $390,000 over here. And that's up 59.6% since the pre-pandemic February 2020 over here. So 59.6%, that's crazy, right? Now, when we were over here, median prices were at $260,000, which honestly seems like a lifetime away, when condos in downtown Miami or around the city of Miami cost $260,000. That's crazy. So let's look at condo supply next, which is our green line here. Condo supply in the city of Miami has been oscillating downwards since November of 2022, which was over here. And currently we're at 2,773 condos that are actively listed for sale at this point in March 2023. However, that's also up 323 units year over year from last March, or 13.2%, okay? So let's move on. Single family homes, new listings versus number of sales is our next graph here. Number of new listings is our red line, number of sales is the green line. And we can see in our red line there that new listings for single family homes are down month over month, coming in at 630 for February versus 753 in January. Though it's not uncommon to see more inventory in January than February, as many people tend to want to hit the ground running in the new year, or they could be taking advantage of, they could be taking advantage of tax benefits, or using the proceeds to pay for their taxes, right? Because tax season's coming up, right? Now, this is actually 143 units less than last February, okay? So that's an 18.5% decrease, all right? So here versus over here, 18.5% decrease for number of new listings, all right? Now, as far as single family home number of sales on our green line here, they were actually up month over month in February to 395 versus 275 in January. Now, like I always like to point out to you guys, remember, sales are a lagging indicator. Closings in January went pending in November or December, aka the holidays. So sales in February went pending in December or January. So it's not uncommon as well to see more sales in February than in January, okay? But year over year, we are down 135 units from February, or 25.5%, all right? Now, that's honestly largely due to interest rates because they're almost double right now compared to what they were in January and February of last year. So that's pretty significant, definitely something to keep in mind. Now, let's look at the same thing for condos here. Our new listings and sales. Again, new listings, red line, sales is the green line. So new listings were down month over month, coming in at 804 in February versus 879 in January. And that's 295 less new listings year over year compared to last February's 1,099. Look at what a big difference that is right there. That's a 26.8% decrease. So pretty substantial decrease in the number of new listings for condos as well. And condo sales actually rose a bit, which is interesting to see because we've been seeing nothing but decrease sales numbers here for a long time. So they rose in February to 414 from 327 the month before. That's, like I said, there's usually more sales in February than January, as well as more new listings in January, than in February. There's things we can kind of seasonally adjust for here, but nonetheless, that's a drastic decrease as far as the number of sales when we look at it year over year from last February's 824, okay? So over here, 824 sales, over here, only 414, okay? So that's a 410 unit difference, or negative 49.8%. Sorry. So that's really substantial. And lastly, let's take a look at single family homes median days on market versus closed price to original price ratio. So closed price to original price ratio, again, if this is your first time on my channel, then this is new information for you. But basically, it's if something was listed for $100,000 and it sold for $97,000, then that's a 97% closed price to original price ratio, okay? So it's a measure of how far away the sale price is percentage-wise from the actual original list price, okay? So we got median days on market is the red line, closed price to original price ratio is the green line. So median days on market actually flatlined from January to February at 49 days on market. So we can see that right there, that little plateau. And that's up 9 days from December, okay? So that was like over here, and which was, 40. And then what actually looks like is happening is that we may have a drop in days on market there when March comes to a close. However, like the whole month isn't over yet, so we don't really have statistically significant data on that. But as of right now, that number of days on market for single family homes in the city of Miami is at 35, okay? So from 49 to 35 would be substantial. I do expect that that'll probably change as more sales happen, more data comes in, right? But, most likely, it's probably not going to be a higher number, right? Because we are almost halfway through the month. So things would have to, come in, change drastically for that really to be that much different. So single family home closed price to original price ratio, this is interesting. It has actually risen 3 months in a row. So from December, it was at 94.8% to 95.6 in March so far. So this is super interesting because it could honestly, potentially, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but it could maybe be signaling the bottom of the real estate market. So like, don't tell too many people that, like all my viewers out here who are wanting to get like deals in the market and stuff, don't let people know, the bottom of the market might be here. It might have already happened, but it's very possible, because when you start to see that close price to original price ratio going back up, that means that there's less negotiating room in the market between what sellers are asking for and what they're actually selling for. Okay, so that means that there could be more demand in the market. Buyers definitely, it's not a purchasing power thing, because buyers have less purchasing power, especially lately because interest rates have gone up. So basically it's one signal. We do see that if the days on market are going back down, that also is another signal that potentially the bottom of the market may have just occurred. Okay, so this is breaking news. If you guys appreciate that, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you subscribe? Ring the notification bell too if you want to make sure that you get notifications about videos like this in the future, so that you're on top of it, man. Because who else is bringing you this data, to be honest? So moving on, after I'm done, playing the symphony on my own horn there, we're going to definitely be keeping an eye on this. So, again, subscribe, okay? So let's look at condos here for the same thing, days on market, close price ratio. All right, so let's look at condos here now. Same thing, median days on market, and then close price to original price ratio. We can see in our red line here, condo median days on market actually have decreased so far in March to 38 days. But again, the month isn't over, so don't think of that as being like 100% statistically significant yet. But it did decrease from 49 in February, and then from 50 in January, right? So bit of a downtrend there. We're, again, going to be definitely keeping an eye on this. But a decrease in days on market also does make sense, because, there's been less supplies and more sales, okay? So it totally makes sense. Now, as far as the condos close price to original price ratio, that has also risen so far in March, similar to how single family homes have risen, but it's only been for 2 months in a row rather than 3. It went from 95.3% over here in January to 96.2% in March. So that's pretty interesting, guys. If you're a buyer in the market right now, what I'm recommending to my clients is, if you need to buy, let's go get some deals. You see that close price to original price ratio is lower than it's been over the last almost 2 years, right? So it's deal time city, baby. Let's go. Let's write some aggressive offers. Let's make it happen. If you don't need to buy, you could potentially wait a little bit to see if rates come down after the summertime or late summer or towards the end of the year. That's up to you. Personally, I truly believe the most important thing is finding the right house, okay? So if the right house comes along, right house or condo, right? When I say house, I just mean place where you live, okay? If the right place comes along, and especially if you're able to buy down your rate a bit, that I think is the best case. Like, don't wait to maybe you're going to get 2% less of, if anything, prices are probably going to start going back up soon. So I might even be revising my thesis in the near future. I'm, like I said, going to be keeping a close eye on all this data, and I'm always going to tell you guys exactly what I think. I'm not dying for a commission check over here. I live within my means, and basically I'm always going to shoot you guys straight, because my relationship with my clients is way, way, way more important to me than any commission check. So you guys can always trust that I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm thinking. I routinely will tell people all the time, listen, personally, if it was me, I wouldn't buy this house, right? So that's the type of agent that you can trust and listen to for advice. Anyways, going to get off of my stump here, making a stump speech. But if I'm a seller in this market, again, like I always preach, you gotta make sure that you're marketing the property correctly. And almost as important, if not more important, you have to really, really be honed in on the list price, because the first 2 weeks are when you're gonna get the most activity on your listing. And if you have to adjust the price after that, it's real hard to get people to come back and take another look at that property. So definitely, if you're a seller in this market, those are some of the key things. If you want to know more about my perspectives on that, reach out to me. all my contacts in the description down below, as well as on screen right now. And, same thing, if you're an investor in this market, reach out to me. I'll always give you guys my honest perspective. And if you appreciate this video and you appreciate the fact that I'm always bringing you guys the fresh data and giving you guys my perspective on what's happening in the market, in relation to that data, I don't know, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, obliterate the like button, drop me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. Do you want to see any other cities within Miami-Dade or Broward? Drop me a comment if you think I'm wrong about something, or if you agree with me. Let me know in the comments down below, and then consider sharing this video with anybody that you know who might get some value out of it. Jake Fletcher here with the Fletcher Group at eXp Realty, your Miami real estate agent, and it's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.